earlier you prepare for the later part of your life, the better you is. I want you to listen to that and listen to that again. The earlier that you start to prepare for the later part of your life, the better chance you have to put yourself in position to be good. 4 strategies that you need to know when it comes to investing in the market. Now listen, depending on who you are as an investor, you will be able to combine all 4 strategies, but worst case scenario, you can use one. And it depends on your goals, it depends on your outlook, it depends on your financial fortitude, meaning like how can you handle the ups and downs of the market. It depends on your financial goals, but these 4 strategies will truly unlock the game for you. Look, man, it's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. Listen, my goal is to help you build wealth one share at a time. So make sure you like this and subscribe. And if you find value in it, which I know you will, go and share that with somebody, you hear me? So this strategy is going to be so important for you because depending on where you are in life, like if you are early on in the game, then being a growth investor is what you want to be, right? So I typically tell people if you're not in that retirement age, you should definitely be on heavy growth. And the reason why you should be on heavy growth is because you're looking at the upside of the market. So if you're in that, that 20 to 30 age bracket, like you should be looking for extreme growth. But also, I'm gonna show you something right here. You can be playing 2 things at once, right? So you wanna capitalize on this upside of the market because the market goes up, 76% of the time. So as a growth investor, you are looking for companies that are increasing revenue like crazy. They have strong profit potential, but their earnings are growing. So earnings is what companies have to report every 3 months, 4 times a year. And with these earnings, it is what the company is earning from everything they're doing as a whole. You want to see a company that is massively growing their earnings. Now, it depends on that industry. But if you're looking at being a growth investor, this is what you're doing. Now, with being a growth investor, you also have to take on more risk with the game because companies that are growing fast probably don't have a lot of profit. Some do. It may take time to get there, but the company is not paying dividends. They're putting all of that money back into the brand. They're putting all that money back into the company, into research and development, so they can keep growing and scaling that business. And every time that company reports earnings, or every time they get in front of everybody to report what they've done, you'll see massive growth in their earnings. Now, let me say this. Earnings don't always mean profit. Earnings don't always mean profit. Earnings mean everything that they've earned. You want to see that increase. And there's a difference between top line and bottom line. Top line is revenue. Earnings is what they've paid after they did that. But the earnings may not always be profitable because that can be going into paying into growth. It can be going into acquiring other business that can help them scale their growth. So that is a growth investor. So you're looking at your NVIDIAs, you're looking at your Snowflakes, you're looking at your Kavas. These are your looking at earnings companies, right? Tesla, earnings companies. Next, I want you to think about this, dividend investing. That's right. So dividend investing is a popular style when most people get in the market. They're like, yo, I'm looking for dividends, Trap. I want the company to pay dividends. Dividend investing is 100% a goal, right? But I think that when you're younger, you should have 2 portfolios. Once you get into like 30, I think you should still capture growth, but then you should create a dividend portfolio. And the reason why you should create that dividend portfolio is because you go after those dividend companies that are paying that 2% dividend yield or more. What you want to do now is you want to drip those dividends. You want a dividend reinvestment plan. That's what DRIP stands for. You want to be reinvesting those dividends. Why? Because now those dividends can buy you shares of the company and increase your shares. I just gave you the cheat code. You want to buy companies when you're dividend investing in the early part of your career. You want to buy companies that are at least consistently increasing their dividend over the last 10 years. You want 10 years of growth. If you reinvest those dividends will buy you more shares of the company, right? So as a dividend investor, that is your goal. Your goal is to find companies that are consistently increasing and paying those dividends, and this is what you're looking for stable growth. Next on the list is value investing. Now, this is the old Warren Buffett faithful, right? Warren Buffett was considered the master of value investing, which he learned from Benjamin Graham. And essentially what you're doing is you're finding great companies at a discounted price. Now, the one thing we do know is going to happen is the market is going to always give us a deal. But how can we know a deal is a deal if we don't know what the company is valued at? All right, so let's make that make sense. If you wanted to buy a house, you wouldn't just go buy the house no matter what the price was. You would get a person who understands the housing market. They can get the value or the appraised value of the house so you can know what the house is worth. And then you would do what is called comps. You would compare that house to the houses around it, and that would tell you what the house can sell for, if it's on sale, or if it's at a high price. In most cases, unless you just wanted to buy the house no matter what, you would buy the house at whatever. But now you want to get that house at a fair value or a discount value. Here's why that is so important in the stock market. If you can get stocks that are at least, I don't have to be 100% discount. If I can get a stock at 30, 25, 30% less than what it's worth, up to fair value, I'm okay with that because I can now partake in the upside of the stock without the sell-off affecting my profit. In most cases, what most people do when it comes to the market is they buy stocks at extremely high valuations, and now when the whales start to sell off, now you got to hold on because you're trying to get your money back. But if you can buy a stock at a discounted price or a fair value price and hang on to that stock when it gets extremely overbought, you can now take some of those profits and now put it into your dividend stocks, and now put it into your options, and now put it into your growth stocks. Because the goal for you is to take your profits to help your profits put you in better position. Come on, y'all. I need you to tap in right here. These are the strategies that's truly going to help you as an investor. Now, the next one is income investing. That is a strategy. Now, the difference between a dividend investor and an income investor is because, yes, the income investor will buy companies with dividends. That is a goal. But they'll also buy bonds. Why? Because they want bonds to give them what? That income. They'll also do some trading. You know why? Because at this point, you're looking for steady streams of income, right? So that can be trading, that can be looking for bonds, that can be looking for buying ETFs, it can be dividends. All of these things go together when it comes to you playing this game. Now, here's what I want you to do. Also, a great form of income investing is REIT investing. Real estate investment, trust investing. You know why? Because REITs typically pay higher dividends, and it's actually about 46 REITs that pay monthly dividends. So that will now contribute to your income. Now, I feel like when you're under retirement, you shouldn't be looking for income investing. Income investing will mostly be for retirees because now they're supplementing income. If you're not in a retirement age, you should go with growth investing, value investing, dividend investing, and finding a way to let them all work for you in harmony. If you're young in that 20s age, I'm gonna be real with you, going heavy growth and then having 20% or another portfolio on dividends is clutch, because now as you get in your 40s, you can use those dividends as a form of income. The earlier you prepare for the later part of your life, the better you is. I want you to listen to that again. The earlier that you start to prepare for the later part of your life, the better chance you have to put yourself in position to be good. So listen, value investing, growth investing, income investing, dividend investing. These strategies are key when it comes to learning how to dominate the market, you can actually use 2 or 3 of those at one time. Man, I hope you got a ton of value from this. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trap. But listen, make sure you tap into our show live each and every Tuesday called Trapping Tuesday. Comes on at 7 o'clock Eastern time on the Wall Street Looks Like Us Now Network on YouTube. Also is available on all podcast platforms. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. And lastly, share us with somebody. Leave a comment in the chat. Tell me if you like this type of content. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trap. Salute.